Welcome back to another video. This is your weekly Monday passive income project update video. And it's time for another hot video. And I don't mean hot, well, I guess I do mean like on fire, because it is hot as hell outside. Our office today did a little fundraiser type volleyball game against some 8th graders that were finishing school. And they had no gymnasium, so we played outside. And this is the heat today. 95. This is May 20th, everybody. 108 with the heat index. Humidity wasn't too crazy, 54%, which is very low. I thought it was going to be way higher than that. I'm very surprised by that. And you can see no wind. That's how stupid it is. It's just stupidly hot. And I was even taking ice, putting it in my hat, and wearing my hat with ice in it. That's how crazy it was. So this is going to be a hot video. So if it looks like I'm sweating like crazy, trust me, it's not because of crypto right now. It's because I'm trying not to have a heart attack. So I can't even wear a hat today. It's just that hot. So first thing you notice, I kind of flipped it up around here, just trying to keep it, change it around a little bit, make it interesting. I'm sure while I'm doing this video, I'll see something and I'll flip it around too. Only thing really running on mainnet right now that I'm involved in is Helium IoT. So it kind of gets #1 by default, but that's why I have a question mark about it. Price is going down. I mean, look, there was a huge surge in the Bitcoin charts today. I try not to go over these charts too much in these videos because these videos are getting way too long. Try not to rant too much and do that kind of stuff. But it was a very, very good day for crypto. Very good Monday. A couple different things going on in the news. President in Iran and different things like that. Saw something about the trial with some guy claiming he was the creator of Bitcoin and all this craziness. But it had a nice surge up today. So you were hoping you would see that in some of these alts. Some of these alts did show it. You got Solana. And I hate to keep patting myself on the back like this, but I've told y'all before, buying Solana at $125 down here was just a crazy smart decision. And I told everybody as you can, again, Solana's not going away. I don't want to hear about all the FUD and all these people that keep talking about Solana's broken and all these YouTubers. And I told y'all this in this video Saturday if y'all watched it. All these YouTubers that just want to go with what's going on right now currently with the flow, and they're scared to go against the grain. And you have people, I was telling everybody to buy Solana at $10 and $20 and $30 and $40. And everybody wanted to laugh at me that I didn't know what I was talking about. FTX was going to bring them down. It's going to zero. I loaded up on Solana at $8, $10, $20, $30. And then I slowed down like an idiot, not listening to my own advice. I have it now. I got it staked now. But even when Solana was down to 120 and 130, and everybody on YouTube was talking about it's over with, and it crashes too much, and you got to do a transaction 3 times. I tell y'all, you don't have to love the project. You just got to love the coin. And this token is on fire. And you got predictions for $600 to $800. And that is why I keep telling y'all this part right here. I might be making $7 a day right now because the Helium IoT is so low. But when you convert that you might think that Solana could 4x from here, or 4 or 5x when it was down at $120-something. That $7 adds up. That $7 becomes $30 or $35 a day. $30 a day times 30 days in a month. Look at $900 to $1,000 a month that you could be making. Again, none of this is financial advice, but people want to talk about how Helium is dead and Helium ain't making nothing. You're right. These are 15 to 20 miners I'm making. I'm not happy at all with the Helium project, but I'm not taking my devices offline. I'm going to continue to let them load up. And every evening while I'm playing Call of Duty, like I tell y'all every Monday, I sit there every night and I go through my wallet. I download all my IoT. I convert it to Solana, move my Solana to Exodus, and then I stake it where it's locked. And I just load it and keep loading it. Every now and then I might take some and put some towards some other goofy little project, or I might move it to Helium just to kind of load up a little bit of Helium in case that does go back up to $30, $40. What if? You know, Helium is $4.61. You got price predictions that it could go back up to $25 or $30. $30 is a 7x from here. So you're taking your $7 and putting that into Helium and let this just go back to 30 in a, you know, despite what the IoT side is doing, we know the mobile is being successful. You got Solana's got another phone coming out. People still using cellular. Getting that financial advice. Would I love to see Helium go back to $40, $50 a token? Sure would, but I'm trying to be a little conservative. But I'd love to see it go back just to $20, $25. Yes. You know, you're talking about a 6 or 7x from these prices. So your $7 or $8 of IoT is now going to be $49 of IoT, $50 of IoT a day. I'm not taking that chance. I have more faith in Solana long term than Helium, but I do mix it around a little bit. You know, I like to talk about Helium because a lot of my people that follow me came from the Helium side. A lot of us did. We're in these new projects and stuff. So I like to talk about Helium a little bit. Helium Mobile's up 10% in 7 days. 0.002. I think it's got, while I don't want to get involved in the mining aspect of it, I think the project side has a very good future ahead of it. Where when you look at the IoT side, they're down 4% in 7 days. So like I said, I'm happy for the mobile side. I just don't know what that's gonna, you know, bring out of the project, whatever like that. But you know, people who say, you know, I'm unplugging my miner. Why? Like, what are you solving with that? You're not solving anything. Just mine it and let's go. Soarchain, I'm very, you know, I say the same thing. I try not to repeat this same stuff every video, but I know I got new people here. But you know, at the beginning, I wasn't that happy with Soarchain. I found I had a lot of issues, a lot of bugs. I finally worked a lot of them bugs out. Listen, I know I'm still getting comments about this, disagreeing with me in some of my previous videos. And I understand, and I agree. Connecting every time is a pain in the butt. Hopefully, Bluetooth will solve that. But once you get past, me, it's just habit now. When I get in my vehicle, turn on personal hotspot on my phone, connect it up. I ensure I got 2 greens. That's the biggest thing. 2 greens means I'm going. Boom, and I'm going. And after that, I don't have to worry about it. I'm not having issues like I did before where all of a sudden halfway through the drive it disconnected. I'm not having those kind of issues. I know I'm at 100%. My mining score is good, and I am staking every day. I told y'all stake, you know, Dash Tech is a guy who I speak to a lot on Discord. I've known him through different projects. Trust him. I know he is passionate about the project, and I'm making good rewards with it. So I have 3,300 TSOR tokens right now, and all 3,313 are staked every day. Just like I tell you with Helium, at the end of the day, usually sometimes I'll wait till I get 100, so it might be 2 days worth, depending on how much I drove, how much my vehicle was on. You know, I try to get to about 100 TSOR tokens, and then I move them over. A lot of times what happens is it's about 85 to 90 TSOR tokens, but I get 20 to 25 TSOR tokens as rewards every day from staking. That gets me to about 100, and then I'm moving that over all to Dash Tech Validator, and I am staking it. Another big thing for those on Soarchain, y'all know that they've been trying to come out with a, I know some people don't like to call it bike. They call it a bike. Don't get mad at me. But you know, motorcycle, you know, I sell motorcycle oil on the side for years. Very, very popular. But one thing some guys get really upset about is when you call their motorcycle a bike. So don't get mad at me. That's what they call it. Let me show you. So Soarchain put this out. They are looking for beta testers with bikes. Again, It's motorcycles. Understand. Don't hate. But they are thrilled to announce their upcoming release for their new product, the Soarchain bike. Following the success of their Soarchain mini device for vehicles, they're now launching it that enables bikes to add the Soarchain network of mind. They're looking for initial beta testers to help refine and perfect the Soarchain bike. As you know, two major data communications on bikes, the KLON, whatever, the requirements, the bus and board. So they have a new channel for you, and there you go. So this is another step forward for this project. A lot of people have been waiting for this to happen. It's happening. If you have a motorcycle, you have a bike, I wish they would come out cleanly and say motorcycle, so people who don't have bicycles think that they can use this. And God forbid if I'm mistaken, it's really is for bicycles, but I can't see bicycles having a CAN bus. So I know there's a motorcycle on the image, but for those who have been waiting for motorcycle adaption for the Soarchain minis, used to be the Motus mini, this is it. Make sure you try to get on board with this. Also, there was a big update to the Soarchain Explorer. So you can see all these new features. I'm not going to sit and read them all out to you because I don't want this video to be too long. I tell y'all this in every video, and some of y'all just don't want to listen. That's fine. I'll try to give you these hour-long updates, but you have to be in these Discords. You don't have to talk to nobody. You don't have to argue or answer questions or anything like that. But at least you can keep up with the updates to all these projects, because all these projects have updates constantly being put out here. And we're going to talk about another project that slightly made this update during their general channel and not up here, and it peed off a lot of people. Excuse my French. So let's keep going. So they did announce also some weekly shipping updates. They're trying to catch up. So also in this description is a code. If you use my code, I think it's the GrumpyDad, you can get a discount on your Soarchain mini, and eventually with the bike also. So check out my description for a code, and they hopefully are catching up on all these orders. But NATIX, I'm gonna tell you, between Silencio and NATIX, there's a lot of stuff going on. Some of these projects have a lot of things going on where some just don't. Soarchain and NATIX, I'm waiting. They should be on mainnet soon. Very, very, very soon with all the stuff that they have going on. NATIX, I'm up to 66,000 points. Of course, my 93,000 NATIX tokens hasn't changed because that gets updated monthly depending on my rank and whatever else. My rank is 495 currently, which is a little bit down from the last month, which I don't know why, because I am running NATIX every time I get in the car. I know for a while I told y'all, kind of getting out of it when I didn't see nothing really going on. I get hard-headed like that. I start getting pouty, as my wife would say. But when you start seeing all the stuff going on now, you get excited again, and I'm running it. So NATIX, don't forget about those challenges that are in the bottom section of that. I'll be honest with you, there's times where I'll get so quick to close out of everything, I forget about the challenges. On my phone, you got to scroll up a little bit to get to those challenges at the bottom, and make sure you're downloading, you're getting your points for that. Some of them give 1,000 points. It's more than what you're getting, for the drive. So I don't know if I agree with, but that's just me. There's times I'm getting 1,000 from this challenge, 600 from this challenge, and 300 from this challenge. I'm getting 2,000 points off challenges when I only got 150 off the drive I was just on. But anyway, you know me, I can talk negative about anything. NATIX has a lot of stuff going on. One of their biggest things has been NATIX was listed on coin list. Now, this is where I apologize to y'all for not doing enough homework. I'm a little confused with the amount of excitement. Listen, first I'm going to say this, especially coming from other projects, y'all know what I'm talking about. To see anybody get their coin officially listed on any exchange, I don't care if it's in the Bermuda Triangle, get on one and others will follow. And we know that. We've seen that with the meme coins and with real legit tokens and everything else. So that's why I'm excited for the coin list. But you have to get white, wallets whitelisted and all this stuff like that. And all these people getting all excited and arguing and trying to get their wallets whitelisted. But it distinctly says it's not available in the United States. But yet when you go into the general, there's a lot of people from the United States worried about their wallets getting whitelisted and all this stuff like that. That's what I'm a little bit confused on. You know, is it that the coin list, I mean, you can't even get the coinlist.co, you know, from what I'm told, unless you're on a VPN. You know, I did it for research purposes to see what CoinList was about. But you know, I'm not buying NATIX tokens. I have a good amount myself. Is it a good buy or not? I'm not going to even discuss that with y'all because I know majority of y'all from me are from the United States. So I don't want to get in trouble or anything like that. For those viewers who are outside of the United States and who can participate in this, I think NATIX is going to be a very good project. You usually get a decent discount when you pre-buy these tokens like this. You know, that might be a good idea for you. On the 17th, they came out with the NATIX token launches live on CoinList. You complete your registration, public sale. But again, if you're in the United States, I don't know how you participate in that. Another thing is they have a new AMA series. Y'all know, sorry, I'm a repeated broken record. I love AMAs. I love when these people can get in front of the camera, put themselves out there, prove that they're real. And to me, it means a lot. Does it mean it can't be a rug pull? Absolutely not. But there's still a level of legitimacy that goes up when people are doing AMAs and answering these questions and doing this kind of stuff. Every other week, they're going to host an AMA session, discuss all things surrounding the NATIX tokens. Episode 1 will be from the CEO himself. It'll be an X Spaces AMA, which means it's going to be on Twitter, now called X. Don't want to offend anybody, but it's going to be on Spaces. I kind of prefer when I'm at work that it's on Discord because I can just hear it and get to it a lot better. But hey, at the end of the day, I don't care. They're doing this, and it's a way to talk about the token and everything going on with it. So they got some big things coming up. You know, I told y'all before, keep up with these Discords. I'm sure I'm gonna say it again before this video is over with. NATIX is to me is a cool project because it doesn't cost anything to get in. So especially if you have an old phone, that old phone can tether to something else that's in your car. That's what I'm using. I'm using an old phone, and I have NATIX running off of it. That tethers to a hotspot I got in my car, so that's how it gets internet. And when I get my car and I'm setting up my Soarchain device, it's just habit. I'm also setting up my NATIX and setting that up and getting it started. You know, is it truly called passive income? Not really, because I've always argued if I got to put fingers on it every day, it's not passive. But after how hard I worked to get today, the 109-degree heat index, it is truly more passive than what I did today. So NATIX doesn't cost anything to get in. So it's something to try out. Kind of like our next project, Silencio. Oh, Silencio. You know, I wish I had this great update for y'all on what was going on with Silencio. Silencio is weird for me to describe. I enjoy Silencio. You would think me with my grumpy self that because there's no talk of testnet, mainnet. I guess we're kind of technically in testnet, mainnet. You know, you see some people guessing in the Discord like June and mid-year and all this stuff like that, but you have not gotten anything official. There's been really no movement with the project. Now, yes, there have been these goofy contests and raffles and stuff like that, but you know, you had middle of April this server migration. You had May 3rd, you had this coin raffle that ended. And then you got this Silencio Marketplaces live last week. And that's it. Another coin raffle. Yeah, you know, but I enjoy doing it. It is like a wicked habit I got that if I go any place new, even if I'm there for 5 or 10 minutes, I'm doing a Silencio one app so I can get the new hexes. If I'm stopping at gas stations, I'm making sure I'm doing the app. If I'm walking in those gas stations, I'm making sure I got the app on. So I'm getting those hexes as I walk in, getting a sound reading from inside. One thing that y'all know I have to complain, I don't care for is that one time they discussed on the map, you would see where these different venues would be. And I've been involved in this project for months now, months and months. And I'm just learning that when you're in this building, hit the venue. Sometimes there's no venue there. Sometimes there's 2 venues there. When I was at that conference 2 weeks ago, it's a casino on one side, and then one of the restaurants inside of it had another venue available on the map, which when there was 4 or 5 restaurants in it. So I wish there was a way on the map that you can see what the venues were. You know, I'm struggling right now to stay relevant on Silencio. I am ranked 600. That's not right. Hold on. All right, now I got it updated. So I am ranked 1651 in the Diamond League. Well, Diamond League was hard enough to get in. So don't let 1600 make it sound like it's that low. I have been scratching, fighting, and clawing my way. I was at 17 something for weeks. And I'm finally broke 1600 over the weekend. And I have been doing Silencio readings all weekend. No matter where I went, all the time, walking up and down the street, outside, inside. I would set my timer on my watch for 30 minutes. So I knew that when it ended, it was time to do another one. Went to a bunch of places Saturday. I saw my video. Went some places yesterday. Did some yard work outside. I was hitting Silencio hard. And I went from 1701 to 1651. And this morning, I went back up to about a 1665. And then I was hitting it at work today while we were doing all this stuff. And I'm back to 1651. That's how hard it is just to get to maintain that. And I'm watching people in the Discord talk about how the top 50, the top 100, they're fighting and doing this. The only thing I can figure is that the points you get for a venue are way more normally than what you're getting with a basic Silencio, basic, everyday reading, you might want to call it, the open measurement, as they call it. So I feel the people who have a lot of events around them, a lot of venues around them, have the advantage, where me, I don't have that. So just got to check to see if Walmart across the street from my office has it. I don't know. But this is where we are at Silencio. 48247. Fighting to stay relevant on it. Next, WeatherXM. So WeatherXM, 100% for 7 days. Getting 3.3, 3.4 a day, plus this 0.223 bonus. I'm up to 318 tokens. I don't know what that means. I say it every time because we're still in testnet here. There was a huge update of, they got this WeatherXM Hack FS hackathon announcement, and you can win money and stuff like that. I'm not going to go through all the details of it. Again, get in the Discord. You can read all about it, find out what it is. If you're in WeatherXM, you feel like playing with it and got the time to do that. Biggest thing is they have updated again the beta rewards program. After all consider the feedback and everything else, they have updated beta rewards program. You can read this stuff. This is all Greek to me. I've been involved in the project now for a few months. Maybe since beginning of February. Yeah, mid-February. So I can't complain like a lot of these other people can do. There are people who are happy. There are people, as usual, who are upset with this. You got people who are rightly that they just had enough of all this stuff, and When's it going to mainnet? When's it going to mainnet? One guy from XM put his foot in his mouth, and when mainnet, and he answers soon. And then somebody says it's a lie. He says you're really going to regret those words soon. This is off their Discord. You know, they said you don't hear nothing on CMC, you don't hear nothing on CG. Again, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You see this Medium stuff right here? I got burnt enough with the last project. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't believe anything in Medium anymore, because all Medium is for a place to put out their own announcements. I apologize to any of the other projects. I know there's several projects that are using that, but when certain projects want to come out and say their side of stories using Medium as if it's like some kind of press release or something like that, I don't pay attention to anything on Medium. It's just, you know, but we'll see. We'll see if it comes up. I don't know if this project can handle another one of these promises of mainnet's coming soon. Oh, never mind. We delayed it again because of a new potential customer, or we need some more fundraising. I don't know if this project can survive that, because these people have had enough of that. This has been going on for like 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken. So I keep telling everybody over and over, I'm in Weather XM for the weather side of it. I'm a big weather nerd. So weather and crypto coming together is something I kind of want to, you know, dip my toe in. But I'm not looking at this to be the next Helium or anything like that. You know, if I get my ROI back on my station, I'll be happy. Anything from there is a plus, but I'm not expecting huge money out of this just because of all these games that have been going on. But I have been wrong before in several projects, and that's why I'm not retired and I'm out here sweating every day in the heat. Grass. Grass is another one with no updates, nothing. You know, the same people asking about when airdrop, when mainnet, when anything, and there is no talk, no answers, nothing in announcements. Nothing has been added about these concerns that were brought up 2 weeks ago in that other video. There's no tokenomics on it. Can't find anything really about the team. Zero tokenomics on it at all. So right now it's ranked 5th, and I might even lower it down there. The positive, it doesn't cost anything to give it a try. I have a code down below that can get you into Grass and give you some bonus tokens, and you know, it helps me out. But I tell everybody, put this on a computer that you're not going to use at all, not going to use to pay bills, not going to use to answer emails. I have it on some old laptops in on different networks that I have parked off in a corner somewhere and just running. And if it happens to do anything, it happens to something. I'm noticing that rewards, and I've had many people tell me rewards have been going down for some reason. I have the same amount of computers. Actually, I got more computers online because BitHarvest has added Grass, and some of my BitHarvest devices are on different external IPs. That should be more Grass I'm bringing in, and my Grass is lower now than it's ever been before. But because there's just so little about the project, I'm not sweating it. If I gather what I gather in Grass and move on after that. Wingbits, I'm waiting for the day I get to take this Wingbits one right here and move it up here underneath testnet. I don't know exactly where it's going to rank just yet because being so new to testnet, but I surely see it challenging for number 1. There's a lot of things going on. If you get in this Discord, there is a lot of things going on with Wingbits. A lot of people getting involved, even more involved in it. People fine-tuning their stations. I put a video out last week about going to like an advanced level 2 install. You know, some people want to do the basic install. I have my new cavity filter, 1090 cavity filter that's arrived today at my house. I'll be playing with it tomorrow to see on my install, my big install, if that's going to make a difference, help rewards. And I eventually am going to get the new fancy, I call it the cheat code SDR. I haven't really pushed it too much because y'all know I like to test things before I start really pushing it. If it does what some of these people say it's going to do, it's going to be big. But Going from an SDR that works very well, the green one or the blue one, FlightAware one that does, you know, $39 or whatever it is, it does very well. And going to a SDR that's $99 that doesn't have a built-in filter, it doesn't have an amp, you got to buy that stuff separately. That's a big ask for people when you don't know what Wingbits is going to reward yet. But you can go in your Wingbits, see what they're doing, see what kind of tokens you're bringing in. So with Wingbits, we hustling. I mean, we working. You can see I'm covering more and more areas down here. I mean, I'm ranked #1 in several of these down here with some of my installs. I'm getting more into Florida, while I'm not ranked the best because I know they got several stations here. One thing is where my orange one is right here. This is my Baton Rouge station. If y'all saw my video on Saturday, I got this back online. That's on top of a building, so it's going to have some pretty decent coverage. I really don't know if there's a way to do it, but I wish I could see if I could click on one particular miner, if there was a way that I could actually see what it's doing, so I kind of know. And another thing I'm also learning is some of my setups are very good. Some do way better than others. So putting up multiple devices around the same area is not really helping me because I'm covering and just splitting those hexes also with other people who are in those hexes. So I think I'm about done for this section of the United States and Louisiana. And I am still working with my guy in Corpus Christi to get him everything. We've been talking over the phone and texting back and forth and making sure I have everything sent to him. So everything is just for him. He's not an RF guy. He's an outdoor guy type of thing. And I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for him. I'm working on my deal over here too. So I can try to cover, you know, as much of the Gulf down here as I can. So this is my wings for 53,700 for this last 7 days. And for the last 30 days, I got 225,000. But you can see when I start getting some of these devices offline, how much it really hurts me. So, but Wingbits is a project I am very, very excited for, and we're going to see what happens with it. You know, I can admit this to you. I'm probably more excited for Wingbits right now than I am for any of these test nets. Even though these projects are technically supposed to be ahead of Wingbits, I am probably more excited for Wingbits because I know everything going on with that project, and I'm seeing the Discord, seeing everything going on with it, helping some people out with their installs and stuff that I'm very excited for. Moving on to HIVEMAPPER. We've seen a little recovery in this price, but this price was hit some dips throughout the week. Was down 3% for 7 days, so that's not bad at all. Down for the month, but at least with Bitcoin coming up, this is something that is coming up unlike some of the other coins we saw. The one thing we talked about HIVEMAPPER was they come out with this mount score rating, which is supposed to help push you to make sure you have a good mount that's stable, pointed in the right direction. Maybe if I could ever get my HIVEMAPPER in, I would understand some of this stuff, but it's 1 to 4 stars. And if you have a very poor setup like this 1 star right here, you're not getting any rewards. 2 stars, you're getting 25%. So that's something you might want to be aware of. They also talked about how they moved to improved regions across the United States. We're moving to U.S. Consensus Bureau metropolitan areas to better align with MAP customer expectations. Contributors can expect fewer but larger reward transactions by not driving through so many regions. Another thing I cannot confirm, but I can tell you I was told this in there, was before you didn't want to keep driving through the same areas over and over again because your rewards went down. And I'm told that that has been kind of put on pause. Every so many days it resets. So you're not being hurt by driving the same path every day. I don't know what sense that makes, but Again, I have a HIVEMAPPER that is on order. Supposed to be arriving Q3. Haven't really heard anything about it. Supposed to be getting the 4,000 bonus. You know, I try to figure it out, but with the honey token going down at 0.078, my 4,000 bonus is only down to $312. I tell the same story. When I first purchased this, 4,000 bonus honey was going to be like $500, $600 almost. I paid $450 for the B camera that was coming. And so I would have been ROI plus some profit. Now I have to worry about it. I don't want to have to worry about this like I did with DIMO, but we will talk about DIMO in a second. But the honey token is coming down some. I hope it improves soon, but I don't know, what's going to happen with that. More and more people are going to be getting cameras in. Rewards are going to be going down. Hey, I already have it. I've changed my mind 13 times whether or not I was going to cancel this order or not, just to be involved in the project, to say I'm involved in the project. Right now I have it coming, but when I think about how I can cancel that and get that $450 back and put it into some other crypto or another project I want to get interested in, that I might be interested in, and get in earlier, I don't know. I think this is going to be possibly the next Helium. And I think DIMO's already there, but we'll talk about that in a second. But there's a lot of these bee honey, whatever they're called, cameras coming out, and when all those get shipped and all those arrive, it's all more cutting into rewards. The price is not really going up to reflect it like it used to be. I'm concerned with it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm concerned with it. But again, we'll see. Nobody knows the future. We've got a big bull market coming ahead, and all these coins could be going way up, and we all sitting here worried for no reason. DIMO, sit down, and y'all might want to lower your volume for this. Y'all know I was very upset with DIMO when I got my work vehicle swapped and I lost my streak. I'll just look at it as, I understand that they get, part of the incentive is keeping that same vehicle online once a week for X amount of weeks. I don't think it's so bad that if you want to allow somebody to swap a vehicle one time a year, it's not the end of the world. That's just me. It's one thing when you purposely go buy vehicles or you're swapping vehicles, stuff like that, but sometimes you don't have a choice. If you get in a wreck, you get a car total, that ain't your fault. To swap that DIMO to another vehicle, you lose your streak. That's not your fault. That was my one thing. What I'm dealing with right now is some of the worst customer service I have ever dealt in the crypto realm ever. Ever. If you caught my video Saturday, I had an issue with my DIMO that is in my new work vehicle. Kept telling me I had to do a firmware update. What I know now, which I did not know back then, was all three of my vehicles said I need a DIMO a firmware update. And when you look at it in the app, it's up to date. It's a bug. But when I kept trying to do it, I kept getting this error. So I sent the email ticket about my issue. Nobody got back to me. I was in the Discord speaking to some admins there, told them what's going on. I made sure I was speaking to the correct admin, so nobody tell me I wasn't speaking to somebody different. And we started PMing each other, and he told me some steps to take, which eventually disconnected my device from my truck. He admits that he got screwed up and thought he was talking to somebody else with a different issue. So just to reconnect my device back. Now my device will not connect back. So now my DIMO device in my vehicle, which I did not get rewards for because it's disconnected, even though it was online during the week until Saturday or Friday, whatever day it was. Now it gives me an error when I'm trying to connect that device back to my vehicle. When I go to my vehicle, it says no device connected. When I Bluetooth into that device, it's not connected to the truck. When you connect, it says unknown errors occurred every time. I've updated the email. Nobody can answer me. I spoke to a different guy from Discord who's also an admin, Shaolin something, and all he's telling me is we're letting the devs know. I got the first original guy trying to tell me instead of using the Apple phone, can you please use an Android? Seriously, like, yeah, let me go run to Walmart or Best Buy or somewhere, AT&T, and go buy an Android device so I can attempt to use that for this app. Idiots. I'll be honest with y'all. Another thing I can't understand is these numbers. So technically, these numbers right here are kind of incorrect because I didn't realize when I did this calculation a little while ago that I was only getting rewards for 2 devices. So really, I'm getting about 40 something cents a day, maybe 50 cents a day. My biggest issue is I'm at 971 coins as of today. I've been with DIMO since January. So in 5 months, I still have not ROI'd on all my devices. I paid $90 a piece plus shipping on 3 devices. That was $270. But because the token keeps going down, I'm losing money. When you look at where I was last week and the week before, I was at $216. Now I'm at $213. Before that, I was at $225. So even though I'm gaining tokens, but because the price tag, look at that, $255 right here, $255 now to $213. 823 tokens, 9. So I have 150 additional tokens and I'm down money. Yes, I know that's how crypto works. But I'm trying to tell y'all this who keep hearing about how great DIMO is. If you want to get involved in DIMO because you think the project's cool and you can put this little device in your phone, in your car and make a little bit of crypto, and that's all you're concerned with, you can get in it. The project's it's a good project. The project ain't going nowhere. Don't get in this thinking that you're going to make enough money to buy some licorice for your kids later. You know, if there's any positive in 7 days, there's been 0 price action as far as up or down. 0.29%, which is basically 0%. It was at 23 cents last video, 23 cents this video. We know for a month it's ugly. You read some people's comments. I'm not saying that they know what they're talking about at all, but they keep asking, is there a demand to purchase DIMO to drive the price back up? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about the tokenomics to say if people are buying this data from DIMO, is that going into the token to lift the token back up or to buy the token? I don't know. You know, I know probably about 2 weeks ago, I said I was trying to make this channel more positive, and I was trying to get away from the negativity and being mean to some of these projects. You know, I used to have, down here at the bottom somewhere, do not buy, a section in red, and we know what project was involved in that. DFly was down there saying, don't get involved in this project, period. I'm really thinking DIMO, when you look at, you're making 30 cents, 40 cents a day. The customer service is horrible. What I don't understand either is 84,000 vehicles connected. Last week was 85,000. The week before that was 83,000. So it says on there, there's no way I typed all these wrong. 83,000, 83,000, 85,000. You had an increase. You had an increase of 2,000. On the app, it says 2,000, but it's saying it's only 84,000 cards connected. So what happened to 2,000, 3,000 of them? That doesn't make sense. I don't know if they're starting to fudge numbers. I'm not accusing of fudge numbers. I'm just telling you that every time I do these videos, I go look in the network section on the app and I copy these numbers down. 85,000 cards connected. It tells you 1,600 cards increased, or connections increased, or whatever. This week it says 2,000 increase, but now it's only 84,000 cards. I'm just typing what's on there. Maybe somebody fudged up numbers and they got fat fingers like me. I don't know. But yes, DIMO is don't nobody argue with me. DIMO is probably one of the, other than Helium, probably one of the most established projects in this chart, maybe 1-in-1 with HIVEMAPPER, Honey, whatever. But of the three that I'm discussing that are mainnet, you know, DIMO, HIVEMAPPER, and Helium, DIMO is just done. Like in my eyes, this is strictly me. This is strictly my opinion and not financial advice or anything like that. But I can't get over the customer service part of it. You know, you want to be a big time project, get your stuff together. Talking next, moving on. I made a new section down here because I felt it was wrong to say that they were mainnet because they don't actually have a actual, say, DEPIN or crypto project or something like that. They are a firmware that you're putting on your OS, and right now they rank #1 because there's nobody else really doing it with this many projects. You know, we're still rolling along with them. They have they're doing some testing mining with bhst. I'm helping them beta test some Potato firmware, having some issues, a little bit of issues with the couple of little different things and stuff like that. Really, I think it's ready myself, but that's they want it to be right, and you know, more power to them for making sure that it wants to be right. You know, it's still mining all these different projects: Honeygain, Pawns, Curecoin, Grass, Wingbits, Helium. If you have the right kind of device, if you have a device with a Helium hat on it, Things 1X, Mist, AIOZ, whatever it is. I know there's been some devices that had an issue with that starting between like a 32-bit system, 64-bit system, something like that. You know, you can go into their Discord and read that about it, but they're still chugging along, doing what they're doing. So, you know, I don't know any other kind of firmware right now that is doing the amount of projects, and these guys have more in the hat, but this many projects at this level. So what am I researching now? I keep GeoDNet might be something I need to move up some. Really, technically, I need to do this live while I'm talking to y'all right now and do this. How's that? Because I'm not researching GeoDNet anymore. I am dead set into them, rolling with them, waiting for my device to come, hoping it comes soon. Said 4 to 8 weeks. I think I'm at week 4 or 5, somewhere around there right now, hoping I get some kind of notice soon. And I told y'all I'm installing it the next day. I don't know if I'm even have time to do an unboxing video and all that. I'm ready to get on GeoDNet. They got the halving coming in July. Time's, pressing on time. I don't know. I don't really see too many videos on what people are making right now. We're seeing some positive price action on their token. Nice little jump in the last 45 minutes. I mean, look at that. In the last 10 minutes. So, you had a 5% jump up just today alone, with a 13% jump up in the last 7 days since our last video, and still down 8% for the month. They had a nice little dip, but they also had before that a nice little rise. So, you have a big, you have a big rise up fast. You expect it to come down some. I kind of like this little price increase. I think this is going to be a very good project. You got customers that are buying from them and stuff like that. Especially if you can get into some of these super hexes that they got going on. Rewards are even, I think, doubled or quadrupled. It could be very, very good. I'm waiting to see when mine comes in. If the Baton Rouge super hex will still be going on. If it is, I'm planning on putting it there. If not, I'm gonna look around, see what other super hexes they have going on. If not, I'm just gonna put it somewhere around here, either my office, at my house, or something like that. At my house, I have a tower behind my house. If y'all have ever seen those videos, so at the top of that tower will be a clear 360-degree view of the sky. So I have that there, or even at my office here. We have a small little tower here. That's where I have the weather station at. And, you know, if it helps people out with more accurate GPS and stuff like that, that's being used for, you know, I have my own network that I pay for out of my pocket here. I work on that kind of stuff on my off time, on my days off, and everything's out of my pocket. Up on top of the roof here on my building, I have a clear 360-degree view. Other than there's a water tower a little ways off a little bit. That'd be the only thing blocking it for that small little section. But other than that, you know, 350-degree view is clear. I really don't know where I'm gonna put it yet. I'm waiting for it to come in, and I'm gonna figure that out in 24 hours or less. But I'm ready for my GeoDNet to come in. I'm excited for that project. I think that's gonna be a big project. Don't know if it's considered really early or not, because with the price of what it costs to get in, there's still not a lot of devices out there. So we'll see. There is a halving rewards coming in July, so that is going to cut it down. But even at $6 a day, that's still, you know, better than what I'm doing with Helium. So we'll have to see how that's going. XNET, you know, I got in the researching section because I really moved it just like XNET, just like GeoDNet. I tell y'all the same thing I said in every video, not to make this video too long. If you got a place to put it that has enough phone traffic, you know, not financial advice at all, but I'd take $200 and throw it on it. We do see a little bit of a price decrease still going on with that token. But again, this is passive income at its finest. The device, to get the device, is really not, you know, for projects that you have to pay to get into, like one we're going to talk about shortly, and some of these other ones, GeoDNet stuff, a $200 device. I know at one time, I say this every week, and one day I'll have to go research it. They were giving $100 worth of coin bonus or something like that, or 100 bonus coins or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was knocking down the price almost in half. If they're still doing that, and I had $200 laying around, and I had a place to put it, gym, beauty salon, somewhere where there's going to be a lot of people on phones, I would take that chance. I would not, I'm going to say this again, not financial advice, I would not put this to be in your house. You and your kids are having 3 phones or 4 phones is not going to be enough to carry this thing, to get the bonus or any of it. It has to be in a place where there's several phones. Fry miner price is taking a serious dump. You know, over the last 3 months, you know, it's gone from almost 2 cents to 0.001 cent. I know they got rid of their multiplier bonus rewards that they were doing at one point. I haven't really heard anything positive. You don't see as many videos coming out about it. Not to knock the project at all, but I've always said they got their hands in so many different things, between weather and sound and satellite mining and so many broad things, that if they could make that project work on all those aspects, this will be a very successful and great project. It's just a big if. So do your research on it. You know, I know at one point some people will complain about not getting products in. I haven't really looked up, didn't have time to really look up that much into it, because I'm not getting involved in it. But I know several of y'all have always asked about Fry, so I keep it on here. Larissa, I haven't really done any more research on Larissa. It's kind of like, I think it's ETMC or whatever it was, clone, where, you know, you have your computer and you add a license to it and that kind of stuff like that. Larissa wanted like $300 for, I think it was 3 years of mining or something, or $50 for 3 months of mining, something like that. But the $50 was a trial license. The trial licenses sell out very, very quickly. And when I looked into it, the trial licenses were sold out. If I could get a $50 Larissa license, again, not financial advice, I'm keep saying that, I would take a chance on Larissa, because ETMC did very, very, very good in the beginning. All right, I apologize. I looked it up actually, and it's ETCMC. ETCMC was very profitable in the beginning. In the beginning, it was very profitable. From what I understand, I never got involved in it. I was late on it, so I just passed. I had too much other stuff going on with these other projects, and then it kind of dumped, and some people are just not happy with it. Larissa, they're worried about it being the same thing. What I don't know and understand is, do they just think that because it's a computer that works with this license, they're not related in any way, and people just assuming that that's going to happen? I don't know. That's why I said this ETCMC was very profitable at one time. If I could get a hold of the $50 3-month trial license, I would take a chance on it. What I'm curious to know is when the 3-month trial license is up, can you get another 3-month trial license if they sell them, or you only allow one trial license? I don't know. You know, I'd have to also see kind of what people are doing as far as rewards and different things like that. You know, when the next group of trial licenses comes out, because you want to make sure you have at least ROI on it at the very least. You know, I don't want to do a 3-month license for $50 and only make 20. But if I can make at least 50 and break even from there, I'm fine with it. So that's my thing. CHIRP is one that I tell y'all all the time, the world of crypto is crazy. It is a wave. And I have been following CHIRP silently and secretly since the beginning, since before I got even looking into DeFi. And that's one reason why I started beginning to look at DeFi, I hate to admit it, is because CHIRP was nowhere established, brand new Discord early last year, and didn't even establish themselves, didn't even really say what they want, and next thing you know, they want $800 for a miner, and that just completely threw me off. However, you start looking at some of these videos now, CHIRP is now sending out these miners. They got another group that's getting sent out now. I'm trying to get a hold of one. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm trying to get a hold of one. They got some people doing some giveaways. They got you know, this different things right now going on. They got NFTs you can buy that you can trade in later. If I can round up enough money, I'm wondering if CHIRP's gonna be, I hate to say this, 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 I hate to say this. Could it be the next Helium? I don't know. Only because there's so few stations. Talking with another YouTuber who shall not be named, we're also wondering if the IoT thing is just being overplayed at this point. Helium had its run. It was new. It was the first really big IoT project. But now you got so many of them coming out at this point, so many DEPIN projects coming out at this point, all this stuff like that, if it's just a new hot word, and you'll never see anything like Helium again. That is crypto. That is us taking chances. I tell y'all all the time, do not play with money that you can't afford to lose tomorrow. I am not telling anybody to go buy a CHIRP device. I don't know how would come up with the money to buy a CHIRP device. I don't know if I need other CHIRP devices. Is it like Helium that I need other CHIRP devices around me or somebody using that network to make anything? Because if that's the case, when I looked on the map, the whole southern United States is empty. For 4 or 5 states, this way, and this way, there is not a single CHIRP device. But if you don't need that, and you're going to get paid strictly for having a device set up, I'm willing to go sell a gallon of blood somewhere, maybe 2 kidneys, maybe. Or work out some kind of deal with somebody. Possibly. I got somebody right now wanting to work out a deal with me with Wingbits, with a Wingbits thing. He lives in an area that has no Wingbits anywhere around, but he does not know anything about setting anything up. So I told him, hey, I don't mind even walking you through it. Nope, I don't want nothing to do with it. So he wants to work out a deal. It's hard to work out deals with people when there's nothing actually paying yet. But like I did with one of my other hosts is, hey, I'll pay you like $20 a month, $25 a month just to help you with some internet. And then once they start paying and we see what kind of income it's going to bring in, we'll renegotiate. That's the best you can do. I'm not making some kind of $50 or $100 host fee thing like some people did with Helium, or 10%. Right now you're making 25 cents. What you getting? 2 cents a month or 2 cents a day? You know, CHIRP is something that I'll be dead honest with you. Y'all know I'm dead honest with y'all. I put it on the back burner when I got so deep into that previous project that I'm embarrassed to even discuss, talk about, or admit, and then got full-fledged into helping Wingbits and BitHarvest and all stuff like that. And then fellow YouTuber reached out to me a couple of days back, a couple of weeks back, something like that, and mentioned it. It said, hey, are you catching on the CHIRP's making some big steps? You know, $800 is a big step, guys, ladies and gentlemen. It's a hell of a prayer, you know, leap of faith, whatever you want to call it. And it could be the next nothing burner. That's what it's all about sometimes. I talked to another guy on Discord all day today in private message about how do you balance between getting early in the project. The reason we get in early in these beta projects and testnet projects is because we all know when you get into beta and testnet, if a project is going to be successful, your best bet for profit making and life-changing money, or like I try to say, financial stability, is getting in projects early. The chances are you have to be willing to accept that you get into, and I'm not saying these 5 in general, so please don't take it, you know, a certain way, but you getting into, I'm just using for example, 6 projects, you have to be willing to accept that 3 out of 6 will fail, 4 out of 6 might fail, or one might make it really big and the other one might just coast along and the other 4 will fail. You have to be willing to take that chance. If you're not willing to take that chance, that would, even no matter if it's free to get in or you have to pay to get in, like these two, like this one, I mean, you have to be willing to take the chance that you might be paying money to get a device and this project just tanks and it doesn't work out. You might never ROI. Right now, that's what it's looking like with DIMO. I've been in DIMO for 5 months and I still ain't ROI'd on my 3 devices. Helium, told you before, I bought one Helium device on eBay for $5 grand. And when I set it up in 2021, I set it up and I ROI'd in 17 days. Personally, I don't think we'll ever see that again. That's just me. But with the way people know about all this stuff now, any project that starts getting to be a hint of that, everybody's jumping in. There's more people in Wingbits now than I've ever seen before. I've been with them for, we talked about that earlier, probably a year now, almost a year. I think June makes about a year. I was in with their early setups. And there's new names all the time. I'm glad for them. These guys busting their butt. You know I'm going on and on, but I think this is important to be discussing. When you're researching these projects, some of these projects are already up. You know, do you consider XNET and fire mining on mainnet? Hell, you still can't, to this day, you still can't go to CoinMarketCap and find their token. But they're supposed to be on mainnet. Are you late? Everybody knows about them. Everybody's did YouTube videos about them. You know, Larissa. So could CHIRP be the next thing? I don't know. I told these guys back then, I'm surprised I didn't get booted out the Discord. Maybe that means somebody didn't get booted out the Discord because they wanted to show me up. But I think spending $800 something, especially back then, on a hope and a prayer was crazy. If they're just going to be another IoT network, hoping that people join on them like Helium did, I don't have much faith in them. But they're doing more than IoT. They got more things on that miner. That miner, if you look at any of the recent videos, is a professional grade looking hard miner, like you see in some of these Helium mobile setups and stuff like that. This isn't a little IoT box from Rack or something like that. Gives me a little bit more faith, but I don't know if it gives me $800 worth of faith. but I'm watching them very, very closely. I'm searching all the time for new videos, anything I can find online, and I'm looking at it. But don't take advice. I'm telling you right now. And if y'all, I will make a short strictly out of this one section right here, whatever how many seconds and minutes I'm into. Don't take advice from me. Don't go buy CHIRP because I said anything that I just said. I don't know. Yes, I might have been right about Helium, telling everybody about Helium and admin and the Helium Facebook, stuff like that. But for every Helium, I've been wrong about other projects too. It's all a hope and a prayer. And I tell everybody over and over and over, do not play with money. Do not go get loans. Don't go refinance. I know people who talk about refinancing their houses, cleaning out savings accounts, getting a new credit card just to get into these devices. I'm telling you, absolutely not. Because I want to sleep better at night. I'm here in this channel to help y'all out. And when I hear some of that stuff, I cringe. Because you're right. For every Helium you take a prayer on, where I screwed up with Helium was, I bought almost 30 more miners with all my profits. And look where I'm at now. 10 of them don't work no more. They all got fried or something happened to them, or I converted them and can't convert them back. Yes, Helium helped me get my Crow staking when it needed $4,000 to get that debit card, and yes, I'm making money on that. So I was able, and I've always told people, Helium also helped my family evacuate during Hurricane Ida when that came last minute, and I needed thousands of dollars to evacuate my family for over a week to a hotel and feed them and everything like that. Yeah, we weren't prepared for. So there's been positives, but nowadays y'all taking a hell of a risk. Look at, I say this again, look at DIMO example. Could you imagine taking money and loan out for that and you're watching the price go the opposite way? So not only are you can't ROI on your tokens, every week I showed y'all how every week my balance goes lower, and with a credit card you're paying financial charging on it, chances are. So please don't take a risk. I mean, that kind of risk. That's me saying it. Y'all are all adults. I know I'm gonna sleep better at night. And if anybody ever comes on my channel in the future and attacks me saying, you said this, you said that, I will go and make excerpts of previous videos where I said, not financial advice. Don't play with money you can't afford to lose tomorrow. Don't take a hope and a prayer on some of these projects. We don't know what any of these projects are going to do. Nobody thought FTX was going to fail. I know you've heard every YouTuber and Twitter say that, and I will say the same thing. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw Solana going down to $8. I'm sorry, my nose is killing me right now. I don't know what it is. Allergies or something. But nobody saw Solana going down to $8. Nobody saw Luna going from $100 and something to 0.0000005 cents or whatever the hell it was. Nobody saw it. You don't know what's going to happen in this world tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, prepare yourselves, make smart decisions. I understand that sometimes buying these tokens that are already established, the Solanas and the Atoms and the Cardanos and the AVAXs, ain't the sexiest thing that you get to go brag about to your friends and stuff like that. But they can all still go 4x or 5x from today. You know, you have some of these projects that don't cost a dime to get into for the old phone. There's nothing wrong with just playing with those kind of projects. You know, we could watch Soarchain. I mean, we could watch NATIX and Silencio beat the pants off any, even Wingbits. It doesn't even need a license. And those 3 free projects right there could beat the living pants off of profitability. You know, by the time CHIRP and XNET and DIMO and GEODNET and HIVEMAPPER are done with. You never know. You never know. That's the fun of this, right? I call it gambling. You're gambling. Like the people at the casino ask me if I'm going gambling. Nope. I told a bunch of people when I was at that conference, man, you gamble? Yeah, I used to play roulette years ago. I used to have my numbers, and I used to position a certain way that I was almost guaranteed to win something. And I tell people, nope. I'm in crypto. I'm gambling every day. Why am I going to go throw $100 on that roulette table? I can go buy something else over here in crypto. I have a better chance of winning over here in crypto, to be honest with you. But that's enough of my rant. I know this video is long as usual. Now I got to go edit it, go to the gym, do all my other stuff I normally do. But I definitely should be around Thursday for my live video. I'm sure I'll be doing some type of video in between that. And, you know, we'll see what's coming up next. Hopefully I have an update at some point with some of these projects. Wingbits is very soon in testnet. Soarchain and NATIX to me should be very soon with mainnet. WeatherXM should be very soon to mainnet. You know, so we'll see what's going on. Hopefully, you know, learn some more stuff about CHIRP. And we'll see what goes on from that. So thank y'all. Make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to my channel, share it, let everybody know. I appreciate everybody's support, and we'll see y'all in the next video.